This was an abandoned house. This was a neighborhood that had older houses in it that I don't live that far away. So I used to come through here just looking for opportunities, and I came through here one time about a year and a half ago, and this house was abandoned. Matter of fact, I had to stop and get out and go up to the front just to get the house number because it was just overgrown. We essentially bought the house for $65,000. We paid another, I think it was about 20 some odd thousand to get it off the auction block. We paid about the rehab cost was about 180, something like that. I don't have the exact numbers. And then we sold it for $505. That was a sales price. The amount that she and I made on this was a little bit over $308,000. Well, I had a lot of help at various times from real investors. At first, I had talked to Jesse a little bit about it, and he originally suggested in contacting the owner to send, a registered letter. Now, the owner never responded to a registered letter, but he did respond to just a letter from regular mail. I was listening to one of Sherman's Thursday night sessions after we thought that we had lost the house based on it going to auction. But it was just interesting that night Sherman mentioned the fact that you could go pay the taxes and bring the house off the auction. So the next day, which was Friday, I called my partner Zena and I told her what I had heard. So we went and we paid the back taxes and got the house off the auction block. So, and then, part of the time we were I was dealing with this, we were in the apprentice program. So we had, little piece of advice here and there from various folks at Real Investors about, certain ways to proceed. Well, the 21-day course, for me anyway, gave me some basics because I really didn't know anything about real estate and real estate investing. And it's sort of like, going through and learning just the basics of how this works, what to look for, certain questions to ask, certain information that you needed to know, Well, the benefits, especially in this situation, is the amount of money that you can make, okay? We probably could have done this and wholesaled it, but what we learned doing it, going through all of the issues and the problems and solving those problems was invaluable. We learned an awful lot doing this. In wholesaling is what I hear is, the average is $10,000, $15,000, although I've seen some people at, I think there was someone had paid, doing a deal in DC, $150,000 a wholesale fee. At the time, we didn't even think about wholesaling. The only thought in our mind was we're going to rehab this house and sell it. Well, for us, it was, 10 times as much. Like I said, we divided over $308,000 on this one property. Just from my knowledge of doing this and listening to other people, each situation is so different. There's so many different things that you have to consider in rehabbing. But just as, it says on the wall, that Real Investors, you learn it by doing it. You're not going to learn it by in the book, because everything changes from rehab to rehab so much. I mean, there's, those are the basics. A lot of times here what you find is, you really need the basics, and then you use those basics to go out and do, what you feel is necessary. They'll give you some background, and it also gives you a place to go back and ask some questions. My name is Robert Cook. Myself and my partner Zena made over $308,000 on this deal. We're real investors, and we get real checks.